Ordered! Send more house to save the house! Come on, the house!
Fantastic. Hello, welcome to Housecast. We've got a mildly interesting guest with us this week. No, we've got Ben with us. Just because we've not had a podcast for ages.
Why didn't we record last week, Joe?
Mitigating circumstances, I think. Jez was away.
We only pod when we're winning, don't we?
Oh, well,
Allegedly.
It's worth mentioning that Jez is still away.
Yeah, Jez is still away. He's like the driving force of this, isn't he? Really. So, but we've done it in person now because me and Dukes were available and others were away and Ben's available. So we thought we didn't really do a preview of the season either, did we? So we might as well have a go on it. Okay. Hello, Ben.
Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Joe.
How are you doing?
I'm alright, yeah.
How's your mood this Monday compared with last Monday?
A little bit better.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Still not 100% happy with life. Let's read between the lines there.
Well, it's a Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Shite, aren't they? Best of times.
Yeah.
But that really changes your mood, though, doesn't it? Your outlook for the week. I'm finding now, depending on what happens on a Sunday, really changes how I approach the working week.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Last week, but I think I need to give me a wide berth at work. That's about right. But,
Well, is it worth talking about the Rammy game before we get onto this
I think
week?
so, briefly. Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right. So go on then, Joe. You're the regular host who's a player. You talk us through how the game went.
Yeah. So we were obviously supposed to play there on the Saturday, but that got rained off on the Friday because of the weather. And then we went there on the Sunday. I think preparation has been pretty good, Ben, hasn't it, really?
We've done plenty, really. Yeah. Most of us.
I think we've done at least as much, if not more, than everybody else, I reckon.
Yeah,
so.
bit of travelling.
Yeah, good to get out
just for crack.
Oh, yeah,
had a nice run out to Liverpool and back.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's worth telling everybody, isn't it? That we had a pre-season friendly. Was that the weekend before the season? It was, wasn't it?
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. It was the first weekend in April.
Right. Okay. And we were playing at Northern away, which is in Crosby.
Yeah.
Which is an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, an hour and a half for me.
We've played there a few times, and you've always got a chance of playing there. To be fair, we've been there for a friendly in the past. When I woke up one morning a couple of years ago now, it had been snowing here,
right?
And text their captain, and it were kind of like, what are you on about? What snow? And we went and played a full game. Yeah. We'd had a wet week, but all was good. Set off Sunday morning.
When did you last speak to anybody from Northern about the game?
Well, see, this is where it gets messy.
Right.
Because Dancel Pietro was involved in arranging this friendly. So the plot thickens with that. So the person that had arranged the friendly on Northern side, that wasn't the captain either.
Right.
And he was in
Spain.
He was in Spain.
Right.
Which I didn't realise with some of the Lancashire set up. So there was a breakdown in communication, shall we say. Anyway, I got there for the meet time to see their covers halfway across the outfield and all their lads in the net about 2 miles away that you can just make out in the distance. And their captain saying, we've been trying to get hold of you, but Lakes is in Spain, so no one's had your number. Even though... Right.
So when he said we're trying to get hold of you, not actually...
He probably has me on every social media going, but hey-ho, we had a nice drive out to Crosby.
So lads drove over and no game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Colours had blown off. But yeah, we've done plenty. When it's rained, we've gone for an indoor session. It's been pretty good preparation, I think. And then we had the game at Little Lever, which was probably up there with the coldest I've ever been on a cricket pitch. But both sides, to be fair, were sort of good to each other, I would say, on that day, and it was actually worthwhile.
We could have called it off at any point, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the verge of getting ridiculous at one point, but it sort of stopped raining and the sun came out and we just kind of put up with it. But yeah, it was cold, but well worthwhile. And then, we got to Ramsbottom in good spirits and prepared well, really. But as Joe was saying, it rained for bits during the week. There was a track ready in the middle that had got wet. They were concerned about that. They were concerned about playing on the wicket that we did play on because that had already had a friendly on it. So they didn't want to play on that one again on the Saturday. It was an extremely short boundary to one side, probably not fit for Premier League cricket if we're being honest. You're talking about a 40-45 yard boundary to one side. Having said that, it's same for both sides. We did pretty well to start with, I think, first game, and got them 60 odd for 4. And it was
57 for 4 they were.
Yeah, 57 for 4. Yeah. Pros out. We're in a really, really good position. Couple of LBW shouts that could have gone our way at that stage, I felt, if I'm being honest, with when Toxie was bowling. But that's the way it goes. And then with a really, really short boundary and you've 6 wickets in the 10, you can do what they did down the stretch. And then we get off to a great start. And I just think, due to a lack of clarity of how we were going to approach the chase and under a little bit of pressure, we just played a little bit recklessly against their pro and sort of let them in the back door, really, after a fantastic start. So yeah, it felt like a game that we could have won and probably should have won, and through our sort of own lack of clarity and readiness under pressure, gifted them the 12 points, I felt.
I think if you were to look at the scorecard, you'd look at it and you'd go, we've been battered, haven't we? But I think it was actually a really winnable game at lots of different stages, even when they got to 2:10, 2:15, however many. I still sort of thought. Yeah.
Well, especially when we were 60 for none after about 8 overs or whatever it were.
Yeah. I mean, that's it's you're on a used wicket there, and then when you do put yourself under a little bit of pressure through a couple of dismissals, and you're on a used wicket, and then the pro's obviously an half decent bowler for Ramsbottom, and he comes on, and it does start to take to a little bit of spin, then you can understand how we end up under a little bit of pressure. But yeah, we probably gifted some of our wickets away. But I was, there was some positives, and I'd rather lose in that fashion, if I'm being completely honest with you, than being overly cautious and running out of time chasing 200. I sort of believe that the bigger games, when everything's on the line, you're going to win more on the front foot, looking to score, looking to get the runs within the overs rather than stretching the game out for too long.
Yeah, there were probably times a couple of years ago, Ben, when in that situation we probably would have batted 45 overs, 50 overs, and got to 150, 160.
Yeah. And I just remember games like that where we've just expected too much of the tail. Yeah. We've sort of thought, right, the pro's on now, we're just going to see the pro out. Yeah. And we've ended up needing far too many in the last 10, realistically. We're short boundary, perhaps that could have balanced out slightly differently. But yeah.
The 2 lads for them batted very well.
Yeah, they did.
Let's be honest.
They did.
We've got to give credit where it's due.
Absolutely. And I think in the first innings, when there is less scoreboard pressure, I feel like you can set the game up like they did. I think they were about 120 with 11, 12 overs left, something like that. Still only 4 down.
Yeah.
To me, that has a slightly different feel to it, rightly or wrongly. if you're in the second half.
Yes.
And you're 120 and there's 11, 12 overs left chasing 215.
Feels a lot.
There's a slightly different feel to it.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the first innings, I watched all of the game. We didn't look to get that much wrong really in the first innings. Perhaps a little bit of rustiness with the ball, but we didn't feel badly.
Yeah.
We didn't drop catches. We just the two boys batted very well, didn't they? And we just came out on the wrong side of it.
Absolutely.
And like I say, they took advantage of the.
They won the cup last year, and they'll be there or thereabouts, won't they? So.
Although they did get beat yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
That'll do Ramsbottom.
Yeah, lovely. So then we played Enfield yesterday. Again, a good. The weather makes a big difference, doesn't it, to the atmosphere in the week? I think I've been down at the club every night.
And packed at Lowerhouse yesterday.
Yeah.
I could not believe how busy it was yesterday.
I mean, I was down for the third 11 game on Saturday, and there were again loads of people there. There'd be more on that than a lot of the first team games. So it's looking good, and obviously the new building work will be ready soon as well. So that'll be really great. But yeah, Enfield, they've come up, promoted. They've got some very good experienced players, haven't they? Bracey and Simon's a good bowler, and Jacko. So they're always going to be dangerous. Did you have any thoughts about yesterday, Ben?
Yeah, like you said, they've a sort of close-knit group, haven't they, really, that have played a lot of cricket and been together for a long time. There was a bit of unknown around who the professional was, and that's always
Plan, isn't it?
yeah, it's difficult to plan, and you don't know what to expect.
So he was a sub yesterday, Imran Rafiq.
Yeah.
Where's he play?
Hayside, is it?
I'm not sure.
Hayside
I'm
or
not sure. I've seen his name knocking around once or twice before, but yeah, as we've experienced in the past, it's sometimes you get the luck of the draw, and he batted well for his 100, didn't he? But yeah, I thought the wicket was pretty flat. We got a little bit frustrated at times, myself included, but overall I thought it was a tidy enough bowling display, really, on a pretty dead surface. I think you look around the results yesterday, and I said this afterwards to the lads, you look around the results yesterday, and quite a few of the games teams didn't get bowled out in either innings, and I just put that down to reasonably soft squares, and then a week of sun. I think everything had just slowed up, and everything was happening slowly. So I didn't think we did loads wrong, but there's probably another 10-15% to come from everybody just yet in the field and with the ball, I would say. But yeah, fairly comfortable at half time, knowing that how fast our outfield is, and that if we got away and put up a couple of partnerships, that their heads had dropped pretty soon, I think.
And we did get off to a good start again, didn't we? It was good.
Yeah.
Really good.
So they batted first and got 210.
Yeah.
Sub-professional 102. Looks like he batted for the vast majority of the innings.
Yeah. I don't really think he gave a chance, Ben.
No. But I'm he's a left-hand bat, so I'm stood at slip for however many overs Paddy and Salby bowled. For the majority, I'd have been at slip with a left-hander in. And on numerous occasions, the ball looks like it's going to take the outside edge and potentially go to your hands, but just due to the slowness of the wicket, he manages just to sort of block it into point. There was just no zip or bite.
I don't really. I can only really remember one ball that turned a lot, and it was one that Dan bowled.
Yeah.
I think.
It was pretty wide, weren't it?
Pretty wide. It bounced a lot,
yeah.
and it just gripped.
Yeah.
I think that was the only one where I thought, that's.
So what you're saying is your brother didn't spin one all day?
We spun that half tracker that landed halfway down and went over at groundsman's shed.
I thought Pat bowled one.
Well recovered.
Thank you.
Let's quickly touch on Adam Bracewell's knock. So he got 25, but he hit 3 sixes and 1 4. So of that 25, he hit 22 of them in 4-4.
I mean, I've seen that on numerous occasions.
Yeah, he's a big, strong boy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a clean ball and it's entertaining. And look, if he gets away from you, he can win a game on his own.
I think he did that last weekend, didn't he? I think, who did he play? Haslingden, I think, the week before he got I think
90 off 50 balls,
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But yeah, he's always got that in him, hasn't he? You need to get him early, certainly. But yeah, Tom bounced back well there. Couple landed in the road, didn't he? But he had the last laugh, didn't he?
Yeah. And then our innings, like Joe says, got off to a very good start. And obviously the crucial game-winning partnership between Tom and Salps. I just wanted to mention the change in the batting order. A few of our supporters were mentioning it as I was walking around the ground yesterday. Do you want to just talk us through that? What your thoughts are there?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not a massive change really in terms of the 11 lads in the dressing room. I mean, I guess to those paying close attention, it's exactly the same as we set up in the cup. Obviously it's about balancing things as well, and getting people in the right spot, and it's no knock on anybody else that's battled at the top or at number 3 previously, but obviously Tom's batting is improving at a rapid rate, and he's sort of at his best. He's pretty free flowing, and matches what we're trying to do as a side. And young Henry slotted in at 5, and that's sort of crucial really as a balancing act, because he's the only left-hander that we've got, and more sides are trying to recruit, should I say, left arm spinners. So having him there in the middle order helps us balance that when the left arm spin's coming on, as he showed at Ramsbottom, in fact.
Yeah, he's a good player of spin anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've got no doubt that he'll I think over his career he will want to bat at 3 or open the batting, whatever. But I've always really liked him batting at 5 and 6. I think he, I think when he gets in, he rotates well. I can remember the Worsley Cup innings that he played.
Yeah.
Played,
that was at 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I think he played, and he does play spin. He does play spin really well. So I've got no doubt he'll bat at the top of the order at some point. But I think it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing that he's batting there, because it's a really good experience. Not a lot of players can do that, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
You're often pigeonholed, aren't you? Well, I certainly was. I could either bat at the top or I was at the bottom.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to do a few different roles, I think is brilliant.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. And also for his own development, he's batting in between Salpy and Frankie.
Yeah.
Again, who are probably, well, they definitely are our best 2 players of spin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not too dissimilar to what we've done in the Worsley Cup and the way we've set up in that, so it's not really too alien to the rest of the lads, I don't think.
Okay, good. Anything else from yesterday?
I don't think so. I think it was just a pretty professional performance, wasn't it, really, in the end? I think we did.
Yeah, like I said, there's probably another 10-15% to come from everybody, really, but yeah.
I'm getting the vibe that you're not 100% satisfied with where we've been so far in the 2 games. Is that fair?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but not through the lack of effort or preparation. I just think, sometimes it takes a few games to hit your straps and just sort of remember what sort of gelled us together in the first place, and it's a new feeling for some of those boys coming into a season being champion. And I just think, probably in the middle of the summer, with a few more games under our belt, would have probably bowled Enfield out yesterday.
Yeah, I think so. When there's a little bit more in the pitch.
Yeah.
I think so. Just because people are in natural rhythm then at that point, aren't they? They know what they're about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that brings us nicely on to Gary's first question.
Yeah.
Go on, Joe.
It's So this is from Gary, who's on the continent.
Yeah, he is.
Is there any change to game strategy this year to openly discuss last year, bat first, go hard, etc.? And are you expecting opponents to play differently to counter that success?
See, I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think we were all that predictable in what we were going to do at the toss last year anyway. I think that was probably more relevant in Salpy and Ben's first year.
Right, okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think if you go back and look at some of the scorecards last year, actually, we bowled first quite a few times and bowled teams out for next to nothing and chased it down quickly. So I don't get that feeling of being reliant on batting first anymore with this group.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this in the changing room yesterday. You know, even though I departed fairly early, and this is not in a disrespectful way towards Enfield whatsoever, because I felt it against other sides, but after those first couple of overs, the way me and Johnny set off, I didn't get a sense that Enfield believed that they could win the game.
No.
You know, and I sort of, when you look back in retrospect, I probably have been a captain that's sort of erred on the side of batting first majority of the time, but I don't get that feel with this side anymore, really, with the strength in depth from 1 to 11.
I mean, it's really interesting that what you said about what you felt Enfield were thinking.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, I mean, we've been on the receiving end of that many times, haven't we? You know, when we were first, probably less so you, but certainly when I was first playing first team cricket, there were grounds that you would go to, which you felt beat before you even got there.
Yeah.
And interesting that, you know, maybe some teams think that about
Yeah.
us now. If they don't get you or Johnny out in the first couple of overs.
Yeah. And that's what it felt like yesterday. And I'm not suggesting for a minute that everybody's going to feel like that. But in terms of how we approach it, I do honestly believe that there's less focus on the toss in terms of what we're doing than probably previously. And in terms of the second part of the question of how the opposition are going to adapt, pretty much we've seen that already, and that's fielders on the boundary from the off, which you don't always see a lot of. So I think for us, it's, you know, still looking to have plenty of intent and be aggressive, but be smart when people are out on the boundary, and not let your ego get in the way.
Mackie used to do that a lot, didn't they? He used to start with the sweepers out.
Yeah, Graham Lloyd was renowned for it, really. I used to be quite critical of it as well, but
it's almost negative in it.
Yeah,
it can be viewed as negative.
Yeah.
It's probably not really. If you remember, Australia did it to England, didn't they? Do you remember when they came over?
Exactly. It's probably smart, isn't it? Really, in amateur cricket, if you think about it, if you can take away the boundary option, and the sort of 4-ball, then it's not a bad tactic, is it? Really, to frustrate an amateur, and on slow wickets, it's not always easy. If you've got a couple of men out from the start, it's not always easy to rotate strike.
I think that's
we'll see how that develops.
I think that's what his position. I think he thought that amateurs just can't rotate. Can't rotate a strike, and they'll end up trying to hit themselves out of it.
Yeah.
And it's. I mean, we didn't mention. I thought Johnny batted very well. Yeah.
Yeah,
played very, very well.
He looked chalk and cheese, so he's ran it, because by his own admission, he was scratchy at Rammy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he did look very good yesterday.
Question 2, Ben.
From Gary.
Are you managing the team any differently to avoid complacency or second album syndrome?
Second album syndrome. I've not heard that one before.
All my favourite artists have great second albums.
Do they?
Managing.
Well, we've already talked about the batting order change. I mean, that's one proactive change that you've made, I guess, to try and get the most out of what we've got and keep us ahead. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you've sort of thought of that might need a tweak here and there just to no.
Not really.
I mean,
no. I think
we won the league by 60 odd points
Yeah.
this year. Let's not look for stuff that we don't need.
Exactly, and do you know what? That might never be repeated ever again.
No.
Ever again.
No.
I mean that genuinely. That might never be done ever again in this league. So, you have to be careful of drawing too many comparisons to last year, I think.
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, he's putting more onus on the individuals in the side.
Yeah.
We've been together for 3 years now. Some of us have been together for 15 years now. But as a sort of core group going in this direction that we have done recently, it's the 3rd year. So I think putting more onus on the players to make sure that their reason for playing is the right one.
Yeah.
They've
set standards that they need to maintain.
That they stay hungry, and that
We can talk about that.
they are, doing it for the person next to them in the field.
Yeah.
And more accountability on each individual has probably been the biggest change behind the scenes. It's not my team, it's our team.
Yeah.
And we're the champions. So, you've got to look around that dressing room and still make sure that you're doing it for the person sat next to you.
Yeah. One change that is I'm particularly interested in is the caterers. What are players' teas like this year with the new caterers? What do you get?
I thought we were off to a very good start on Sunday.
Agreed.
What do we have?
So there was a chili, there was a salsa, some tortilla chips, rice, a selection of cakes, fruit.
What sort of cakes?
So I think there was, I might be wrong on this.
They were moist.
Yeah,
Were
they
they?
were. There was a chocolate cake, and there was, I don't think it was a lemon drizzle cake, but it was, do you know when you have those like pound
Drizzly.
cakes?
Pound cakes, yeah.
But it's got like crystallised sugar embedded
into it. Okay, yeah, good, yeah.
I had 2 of those. Chips, there were chippies. So yeah, excellent. I think good choice.
Yeah.
Lovely start.
Where do you get fed the best in the league these days?
Well, if they carry on like that,
Lowerhouse.
they'll be flocking.
Yeah.
Littleborough usually all right. Norden.
Norden the best.
Norden. Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. Unbelievable selection.
Let me tell you this funny story before I forget. I went to watch the seconds on Sunday at Rochdale, and I got there about 5 minutes after the start, and I walked onto the ground, and I don't know if they do this in the first team, but the scorers were sat outside. Like they've got some picnic benches around the front of the right hand side of the clubhouse. She was looking at it and walked past Stuart scoring. He's got no glasses on. Thinking, there's no way he can see what's going on over there. He's blind as a bat. He's got no glasses on. Watch. He's got his scorebook 2 inches from his face, and then he's looking up to see what's going on. I walk round the thing and I bump into Yanis, and the first thing he says to me is, "Have you heard about Stuart's glasses? They've been playing footy at warm up, and Simmy's shooed the ball. Stuart flushing face and broke his specs."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Stuart.
So he had to score.
We know. Do you know what? Now you say that, I did see him with no glasses on, and I thought, why hasn't he got his glasses on? I don't think I've ever seen him without his glasses on.
No, there you go.
They've had 2 good wins, haven't they? The second team.
Yes, they have. They started very well. They beat Ramsbottom the first weekend, which, they're historically quite a strong second team. Yesterday they beat Rochdale comfortably. They got a very good score on a difficult pitch, and then bowled them out for 70 odd, I think it was.
And there's been some good performances across both games, isn't there? I mean, Joe Clark got 30 odd in the first game, and
Shawcat runs in the first game.
Yeah, and a few wickets as well.
And then Blaise got 50 yesterday.
Yeah.
On, like I say, on a very difficult pitch.
Yanis 5 wickets.
Yanis 5 wickets, And Simmy got a few yesterday as well. I was saying to Ben before you got here, it seemed like Simmy batting with Blaise probably helped Simmy quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just in terms of focus and.
Well, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You'd have thought.
Yeah. So it's good to see them doing well.
I like watching Simmy bat.
Who's the least focused when he seconds when he's out there batting?
Well,
Keegan.
he bats next to Joel Sharp in batting order. I mean, maybe that's it. In fact, he's between Shawkat and Joel in a normal batting order. I mean, I don't know.
I say this to. I think I say this story, tell this story every week to the second team. It's still my favourite thing I've ever seen was when his string came out of his whites. And he didn't replace his whites. He just got the string, tied it round
Like a belt.
like a belt, and then folded his.
What about when he sent Stanley to...
Oh yeah. Have you heard this?
No.
Playing at Norden.
Bear in mind, Jack Sim now wants to become a police officer.
Yeah. Well, he's on in, isn't he, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
So how many years ago would this have been?
Only
Couple of
2.
years, 2 years.
Yeah, Selby was playing.
Yeah. So we started having close in fielders.
Right.
So Simmy was a designated
Target.
Covers plenty of area.
but he had the kit, the pads and stuff.
Mm.
So Simmy, do you have your fielding kit? Yeah, it's in my car. Manage, go and get his kit. So manager's walking around car park, getting his stuff.
Why did he
Where
leave
is
his car?
Well, because it just. Simmy, where's your car? It's at Lowerhouse. Manager's been looking for about 10 minutes for his car.
Yeah, classic.
You don't get. We say that a few times, don't we? It's a throwback cricketer,
He is a
isn't
throwback
it? Where
cricketer,
you don't get many like that anymore.
No.
He'd have been a good 90s cricketer, I
He
think.
would.
Yeah. I've
right.
got another quick fire
Go on
question
then.
for you, Ben.
Find some questions.
Quick
I've got them
fire.
as well.
Yeah, here you go. If I can find it. If you had to pick 3 names. If you had to pick 3 names to make their first 11 debut in the next 3 years, who would it be?
In the next 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, Ollie Williams, he won't be far off.
Clark,
Yeah.
do you think that might be too soon?
Well, 3 years.
Not going to be 16.
Yeah, 3 years. You'd expect Clarkey to be there or thereabouts. Third one, I'm not sure, Joe. Go on. You're the APP head coach or joint head
who do I
coach.
think? We've got a left arm seamer that's in there, Oscar Jackson. Bowls with good pace. He's only 13, but by the time he's 16, we were playing him, weren't we? So if he,
How old's Jax?
Jax, I reckon will be 16.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking,
I'd guess around that kind of age.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he's still very raw, isn't he? Still
Yeah.
very raw. But who knows, in 3 years, he could be there or thereabouts.
Yeah. He's very competitive. I like that about him. I think
Yeah,
he's got a
definitely.
football background.
But
probably,
yeah.
but it's really
Kiro.
difficult,
What
isn't it?
about Kiro? Has he played any first team yet?
I don't think so.
Well, we need a new wicket keeper.
Yeah, any time.
We've had a question from Drew. He says, can you ask Ben if he's got any stories from Johnny Whitehead's stag do? Moving on. Right, who have we got coming up? We've got a double header this weekend. We've got Accrington on Saturday in the Worsley Cup.
Is that at home?
They're both at home, I think.
No, it's Clitheroe's away.
Clitheroe's away. Accrington at home in the Cup, Clitheroe away in the league on Sunday. We have a few missing, haven't we, on Saturday?
We have, yeah.
Johnny's wedding.
Yeah.
Frankie's working.
Yeah.
Hawkey's working. So a few missing. So a few opportunities for some of the lads to get some first team cricket. We haven't played Accrington for a while, have we? I don't think.
T20
T20 maybe.
Yeah. Was that last year or the year before?
I
think it was the year before.
Yeah, Their pro's a decent player, and he nearly won it for him, didn't he, at the end? Just left himself a little bit too much to do in that T20 away, if I remember.
Yeah, I do. He had a lot of sixes, didn't he, that night? Yeah.
Well, pretty much, I think probably for the last 7 overs, I think he probably faced nearly every ball.
Yeah. Well, I bet we got 150, 160, and he got 100 not out.
And they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've made some signings, haven't they, this time, Accrington?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Simon Hanson's gone back.
Johnny Dec?
Yeah, from Ramy's gone there, opening the batting. So, yeah.
And the bowler, what's he called? Keane?
Yeah.
Oh,
Farmworth. So, yeah, like you say, that's what, it's the nature of the fixtures, isn't it? It's an opportunity now for people to get a chuck in what is normally a very strong amateur bowling lineup in the first 11. So there'll be opportunities on Saturday, and it's down to the lads to take them. Those that haven't had first team experience or many overs in the last couple of years.
And then Clitheroe away on Sunday, which has always been a tough game whilst we've been in whilst they've been in our division, should I say, whilst they've been in our league. It's historically been a very strong side.
It's always a good day out there, personally. I always enjoy going there.
Yeah.
I think they're always pretty good games over there.
Good wickets.
Track's usually nice to bat on and nice
Outfield.
to bowl on. Yeah.
Outfield though?
Yeah, outfield's a bit ropey, but it's probably better than ours at the minute.
Right.
But yeah, the tracks are usually pretty firm, but I've got a bit of nibble, wouldn't you say, Joe?
I think there's something in it for
bit
everybody,
zip.
isn't there?
Yeah, I mean...
They turned on.
Me and Johnny got to bat for 8 or 9 overs on the one last year, and would have liked to have took that under his armpit somewhere else.
They've played 2-1 to Clitheroe so far.
Yeah, close game yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're always strong though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Clitheroe.
Yeah.
They've made some signings again, haven't they? So.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be another good tight game over there, I think. And we'll have to be on it 100%, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Seconds
are playing Accrington as well.
Yeah.
And possibly Clitheroe as well.
Yeah. Well, they've made a good start the second, so I'm really pleased.
Yeah.
Because I came out talking to Paul Stanley yesterday about it, and the last time they were in the top division, they'd had a lot of change, hadn't they? Because Matt Hope had stood down as captain in Dec's first year and whatever. And it took a little bit of time, didn't it, for them to sort of acclimatise to that league. And whereas they've really settled team this year.
It's interesting, isn't it? And I said this last year that winning games of cricket at any level can become a habit. Become a habit, and they learned how to win games of cricket last year. Albeit, it probably, there was probably room for improvement in some of the batting displays at times. They've learnt how to win games of cricket, and to be 2 from 2 will just breed confidence around the dressing room more than anything that they can compete at this level.
Yeah. And they're only getting better individually as well, because they are a young side generally, and you mentioned Oliver Williams earlier. He's getting better as he's growing probably still, and he's getting more experience. Yanis has got wickets. Shawcat's doing really well.
Yeah. You forget how young they are, actually, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you've played with them for
a
long time. But Ollie's only 20.
When you look at the scorecards from last year and early on this year as well, there's also definitive roles as well, I think, within the side. Ollie and Charlie pretty much know that they're going to be opening the bowling every week. Dec Stanny, young Joe Clark's in there now in replace Dec Metcalf. That really picks itself. The middle order picks itself. They've got destructive batsmen further down the order. And then you've got Shawcat, who's going to come on and spin the ball both ways through the middle. So I think the definitive roles there, they're probably all turning up, and it's a good place to be. They're all turning up knowing exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they've got Blaise with him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not play that down. That's massive for that group of lads.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Oh, else, Joe, have we got anything else to talk about?
I don't think so. We don't have a draw to do.
No.
So can't play Guess the Winner this week.
That's a shame. I like a game of Guess the Winner.
Yeah, you'd have been good at that, Ben. Female.
He's a great lad.
Yeah,
he's a great lad.
I must have missed that.
When we
do the draw.
it's now
We've got to
turned
guess
into a
the winner.
game. Jez, when we first did it, Jez said, and I've come up with a name for it. It's called Guess the Winner. Which,
Genius.
it's
Genius.
remarkable how we come
Out
up
of
with
how
that.
many,
Yeah.
how many players of the draw?
It's like 170
something, yeah.
something. Yeah. So he has
Give you a few
two.
clues.
Yeah, give you a few clues. If he were a player, he'll say he's a great lad. Played at some point in time, age range between 20 and 50. Decide if it's a woman, he'll say female, and then you've just got a list of ones that you can go through. He thought Chris Aston was over 50 in his 50s. I don't think we've got anything else,
No,
Joe.
well, let's wrap it up then.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks for listening
Bye.
to the Housecast. Goodbye. When's Jez back?
Gordon, send more house to save the house.